and welcome to All About Artists. And today we have a very unique artist, Sergio Dimo. And welcome to the show, Sergio.
Well, I was looking forward to it, and thanks for having me.
Well, what about what drives you to create? Is there a particular feeling, experience, or question that compels you to make art?
I think artists are all we're conduits, and so we try to be the in between in communicating that. And I like to repurpose materials. I like rusted metal and found objects, and things that have been discarded and left as junk. And I like to resurrect them and give them new life through my artwork.
That sounds like a plan because it looks extremely unique. I
Well,
thought that.
Well, thanks. So,
I've seen a lot of your work. We'll see some too as we go along, some more. But I don't think I don't know if I saw that one before. When you are working on a piece, what do you hope viewers will discover or feel that they might not have noticed or experienced before?
well, I like them to see the beauty in things, in everything, including things that are considered junk. There's in pottery, there's a Japanese form of firing, and it's called raku. And one of the key things to that philosophy is that there are no mistakes in nature, and so I feel that way in terms of the found objects and the rusted metal that I use. So I hope that people can see the beauty in pieces that I use.
When you pick up a piece, do you ever like sand something down in a specific place, or do you take it just the way it is all the time, or kind of, that's what I'm trying to think. Do you, once you have the piece, then do you take like over here where it's rusted, maybe you might take sandpaper or to make it a different, or do you just let it be the way it is?
I let it be the way it is. So I don't use any sandpaper or anything like that. I like rusted metal because it's an ongoing chemical reaction. Even as we're sitting here, it's an ongoing chemical reaction. So in a real sense, it's alive.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I just leave it as is, and it continues to rust.
And it continues to rust.
Even as we're sitting here. And all found objects, either on the side of the road or these ropes I found at the eastern portal to the Hoosick Tunnel.
Really?
And they must have been ropes to secure stuff onto freight trains. And they were cut up in different lengths and just discarded in a pile. And they spoke to me. Yeah. So I grabbed a bunch of them and threw them in the back of my truck. There was really a lot of them. There was a good heap of them. So,
were they all the same color?
They were all that black with that white intertwined, and they were also. It was a pile of these as well as steel, long steel bands that they must have used to secure freight on freight trains as well, and I was able to grab a bunch of those as well, and they were steel, so they were rusting and. Yeah, I went back with my truck and
I was just going to say, I bet you went back.
loaded it up, and I was on my way home. You know.
Now I know why you have a truck.
Yeah, no, they're great, right? They're great. Careful though, everybody will ask you to help them
Oh,
move.
that's right. That's the drawback. What draws you to work with materials like rust metal or found objects? Is there something about their history or weathered quality that speaks to your artistic vision? I think we were talking about that a little.
Yeah. You know, each piece brings with it a history. So I'm not so sure exactly what these metal pieces, what their history was, but you know, some of the wire I would imagine was used to secure things.
Secure things.
This is a rusted piece of metal that they use in concrete for reinforcement.
Oh yeah.
But I guess that's what attracts me to it is that there is a history. Each piece brings a history with it, and we touched on the rust being a chemical reaction, and I just love how well this is a rusted piece and that's a rusted piece as well, but they're different hues of
Yes.
orange or brown, and
That's what
you know,
I like
and
about
whites,
it.
and
Yes,
so
I like
they're
this
just
one. This one kind of speaks to me.
yeah, and
Yeah,
they're
I don't-
just
something about it, you know, and the color and the. Oh, I love it.
they really are colorful, and in time
The shape.
the colors will change
Well,
as they begin to rust,
Rust.
or continue to rust.
will they change like in like a darker color or lighter color? Or it doesn't matter.
I guess that's up to the chemical
the
reaction,
chemical
you know,
reaction.
so it's different.
Most of it, usually, they just do what they want to do.
Yep.
This one here, just the way I just love the way it flows, and then it hangs up there just perfect.
Well, thanks. And you know, I'm more of an installation artist because some of my pieces are larger than this and heavier,
Oh, yes.
and so they're an installation in that I will create them wherever they're going to be displayed, and then I'll take them down as well. So should I use the pieces again in an installation, they'll never go together the same way twice. You know, they'll always be different. It may be the same pieces, but they'll never go back together the same way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll never see this again. So take a look, audience, because you're never going to see this again. It's going to be different. Okay. How do you discover and select your materials, and what makes you see artistic potential in discarded or deteriorated objects?
So a lot of the materials that I use are objects that I see when I'm just walking around or driving. You know, I may see something at the side of the road and either go back forward or stop and put it in my truck. I like texture, and so I'm starting to use particle board because there's a lot of texture. It's just layered wood is what it is, like wood chips.
Yeah.
And so I started using that as a medium, and I love it. It's full of texture and color, and I've been using a torch to kind of burn it and make some areas darker than others. So we'll see where I go with that, but I'm excited to use it. And you know, I found the piece on the side of the road that I'm working on now, and I think I'm excited to be using that and see where I go with it. But as far, you know, so just found objects. If I'm walking around downtown and I see a piece of rusted metal or what have you, and it speaks to me or it catches my eye, and I'll take it home with me. And it may sit there for a while. I may not have a specific purpose for it or a specific piece that I'm going to use it in, but
Where's your favorite place of finding things? Or is there a favorite place?
when we did have a junkyard in the Apkin Junkyard in North Adams,
Yeah,
that was
I thought
probably
that.
well, that was probably my favorite place. But just walking around town, really, I mean, if you look down,
Not
you'll
looking.
find a lot of interesting things. Also, walking along railroad tracks, I find a lot of rusted metal or discarded, like these ropes. They were
Like the ropes, exactly.
you know, they were on the side of the railroad tracks. So you can really find some interesting things on a walk.
It's kind of like nature. It has its own shapes, and it almost looks like that's growing.
Yeah, and
How
you know,
they twine.
and I don't
this
think
one
they'll-
is different than this one, and
I don't think they'll fade in time. I think they'll pretty
no,
much
I
keep their
bet you
color.
they won't.
You know, but
Looks like they're making-
they fray.
Yeah, and it looks nice like that. I like it. Excuse me. You had a show named Resurrection this year at Down Street Hotel in North Adams.
Yes.
How does the word resurrection apply to your artwork?
You know, I touched on it earlier, and bringing new life to things that have been abandoned and left as junk.
Right.
And so, you know, putting together in my pieces so that people can see them in a different light, and hopefully see the beauty in it, and the beauty in decay and rust.
So then, if somebody wanted to purchase this, okay, would you sign it? Or do you sign it? Or would you sign it? Or will you leave it just the way it is?
I would probably sign it on the back of
On the
somewhere,
back,
yeah,
yeah, that sounds
and
right.
date it, you know, because as I do with my cardboard pieces, I usually don't sign them on the front. I usually sign them in the back. So yeah, the cardboard as well. The cardboard. So I like texture, and so cardboard lends itself to texture. So you can rip it, and you can tear it off. And so it gives you a lot of texture to play with. And this is almost all of the cardboard that I find is dumpster cardboard. And so I'm repurposing that as well, because it literally is trash, because I'm digging it out of a dumpster.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And you know, giving it a new
Giving
purpose.
things new life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So the joke is, you know, you should never walk by a dumpster without kind of looking in it, because you never know what you're going to find.
That's
You find some
true.
pretty interesting things, you know. For me, it's cardboard, but if you're lucky, and if you hit it on the right day, it's all you can eat as well. So, yeah.
I got a funny story I'll tell you afterwards. I don't want anybody to know. Remind me of that, because I'll forget. If you sold this piece, what would you sell it for? What would your prices be for certain things? How big they are, what they mean to you?
I always struggle with that, you know. I always really struggle with a price.
All artists do.
You
It's the
know.
worst question. to
But my
undertake.
feeling is that, like, what good is a piece of artwork if no one sees it? So if you have it in a show and this is out, and then you know, where does it go after that? Well, it usually, you know, a closet or a studio space, or you know, and you don't necessarily see it again. I'd rather have it in someone's, wherever, their studio, their living room, than having it go into a closet and not to be seen again. You know, of course, I photograph all my pieces, and you know, I'll apply or enter them in shows. But as far as price and money, I mean, I'll barter. You know.
Oh, sure.
I've traded a lot of artists their artwork for my artwork.
Oh, sure.
You know, I mean, it's always great to get some cash for your piece. You know, and if somebody's willing to give me, I don't know, $10,000 for one of my pieces,
That's
I won't
right.
argue with them.
No, I wouldn't either.
You know.
But would you argue with the piece that you made, that you are emotionally connected to it, and you don't want to let it go, but you put it up, and somebody says, "Oh, I want that one," and you're like, "Gee, that's one I like." You know, would you sell it?
You know, as long as you have a photo of it, you know, you always kind of keep it.
Yes.
The only thing
That
is,
makes sense.
the only thing is you won't have it to display in a gallery or enter in a show anymore.
Right.
You know, I have done that. I've had a piece or two sell, and I had already entered it in a show and it was accepted, and I had to let them know that it was no longer available, you know. But yeah, no, as far as prices go, hey, listen, you want to mow my lawn for the month of September? It's all yours,
Yes, I got you.
you know.
Yeah,
So-
I like that. I'll think about that. If I ever have a show again, which I don't think I will, but what was I going to ask you? There I go talking, and then I'm going to forget what the heck I was going to say. That was.
But yeah, I'll barter, you know.
Well, let's view some of your artwork. You can tell us about it. Here's yours.
So this is so clay was my first love, and it still holds a special place in my heart. This is a raku piece, and in raku, it's a low-fired clay, so it's kind of fragile. But you take the piece hot out of a kiln and then place it in a trash can of combustibles, and you never know how it's going to turn out until you finally take it out of the ashes. And this is my duck jar. It's small. It's a coiled jar. But in raku, even like in pottery, you might consider the cracks in it, an imperfection, but it's not, because it was meant to be there. And so this is one of my raku pieces. This is a rust. This is.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, thanks. So this is about, I don't know, 2 feet tall or so, and it's a totem, and it's rusted pieces, and they just came together well, and it reminds me kind of something ritualistic.
Yes, that's what I was seeing.
And so the title of it is Totem.
Does it interest you, like when I say, well, gee, I see the same thing, but say somebody else says, oh, that looks like a raccoon. You know what I mean? Do you get, you don't mind whatever anybody says about,
I really
Or
don't,
not.
I mean,
some people, they're
right.
a little touchy.
So what they see is what they
get. Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
So it's up
That's
to
the way
them.
it should be.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see another one.
So this is an installation that I did for, the prompt was shelter. And so this is shelter from the storm. And yeah, I love umbrellas, they come in so many shapes and sizes, and they're just, so we have a lot of them. and so with that prompt, the prompt being shelter, this is what came out of them.
I like it. I like
No,
the shape.
thanks. This is all found objects as well.
Really?
And
It doesn't. It looks like it was,
this is The Tree of Life
okay.
is the title of it. And the twigs just came together fantastic with this piece. I really like how organic it is and how it's
does.
all over the place. But yeah, Tree of Life.
What's that in the middle? It's like a
You know,
green
that's,
or-
I'm not sure
looks-
what it was, but I liked it in the piece.
I wonder if it's a part of a necklace or something that like there's a
It's large.
little-
It's
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh, it's large.
it's large.
Oh, okay. So it's large,
know.
yeah. I thought it would be. It looks
Like-
kind of small
like,
for something that you'd be doing.
Pie pan large.
A pie pan. Okay.
So this is a piece that I'm showing. I'm showing at Future Labs Gallery here in North Adams, and it is a triptych. So there's 3 panels to this piece, and cardboard again, and I like using spray paint. So it's spray paint and cardboard, and it's a large piece. It's probably
Yes, it is. I saw it.
5 or 6 inches, 5 or 6 feet
Yeah.
long, and maybe 4.5 feet wide. So I've been working larger, and cardboard affords you to do that, and it's free. You know, so you're not buying canvases. I can't imagine what a canvas would be
Oh,
this
it'd
large.
be
I mean,
Ridiculous price.
So I love cardboard as a medium, and it's light as well. So this is hung only with push pins.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, and I just love the color in it. I love the shapes,
I
and
do too.
then you can see I ripped the cardboard as well, where you have the curly cues,
Oh, yeah.
and that's all
Oh,
part.
yes, now I see it.
So I just ripped it down, and yeah, I really like this piece.
I do too.
So triptych.
Very nice.
This is a collage. I like working in collage. A lot of my pieces, the cardboard pieces, have an element of collage in it, and this is one of them. This is spray painted as well, and these were advertising boards for a kitchen and bath business, and those boards are probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet by 4 feet. And so found objects again, things that were thrown out, and it took the spray paint really well. I like the way the spray paint fell on
I
it.
do too.
So
So you take objects like up at the top, they're the blue one, and there's little holes in them. Oh, goodness. And you spray over that, this, where the holes are.
yes,
You could take them out afterwards?
yeah,
Right, because you have
yeah,
spray
and then
painting.
sometimes I'll use a template or something.
Oh, a template, okay.
Yeah, so that's what those were. And so here's a large piece with the that's.
Is that the same rope?
It is. This piece is probably 8 feet by 5 feet, so it's a larger piece.
That is large.
Some people kind of compared it to hieroglyphics
Yeah.
or some sort of script, but
I
it's
see
the cement reinforcement, and that's all a large piece of rusted metal, and yeah, the found ropes, and it came together pretty well. This is a collage that I made, and it's addressing the heroin problem that we have in this country. And you know, it's a collage. So in the protective hands, you have this
Yeah.
this child, and on either side of the child, you have the hypodermic needles. These are made up of those rusted bands that I found at the portal to the Hoosick Tunnel,
The ones you were talking about.
and and in a lot of my artwork, I use shadow in the pieces as well. And so a light,
Oh, yes.
so you can see the shadows being cast by these, by the rusted bands. And this is a large piece too. It's I don't know, 8 feet by maybe 10. So, but I love it. These bands are really flexible, and you can bend them this way and one way or the other. So it's an installation again. So when it goes up again, it won't look like this, but it'll take on a different shape.
Can I ask you now, how does people get in touch with you?
I have some cards, so and I also have a website, sergiodimoart.com, so you can look at my stuff there as well, and it has some contact information on there. But all my cards have my phone number and email address as well. And this is a wood-fired piece. Jackie Sedlock Pottery up in Pownell, Vermont has a wood-fired kiln. And none of this is glazed. It's just the glaze that it takes on from the wood fire. It's a unique way of firing. This is a high-fired ceramics, and it literally is wood-fired, stoked for like 10 to 12 hours. So it makes it really unique. And it's all kind of bands of clay. I'm more sculptural in my stuff. I don't really do pots, but I like to do the sculptural things, and I just love the wood firing.
We got a couple of minutes left, so how about this one here?
Well, again, so people seem to like this one. It's a rusted bed frame, and it reminded me of when raindrops hit a puddle, they kind of make those circles, and it reminded me of that. And you can see how shadow is part of this as well. And it's all found objects, all the metal's rusted, and a lot of it was found at Atkins and the railroad tracks. And spray paint on particle board. Another wood-fired piece. And these were collages and they're pyramids. There's 4 pyramids, and there's a collage on each side, and they hang from the ceiling, and that was a real fun project to do.
Well, it's almost time to go, but I just wanted to say something. I order a lot of things from Amazon, so my front porch, it has so many boxes on it. You're welcome to any of them.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, thanks for the offer.
I know.
I have a lot of them too.
I know. I'm
know.
joking with you. I thought I'd say something before. So we have a half a minute left. So is there anything you wanted to say before we go?
Well, just thanks for having me on the show. I think it's important to interview artists in the area. The show at Future Labs is called Homegrown, because I like to remind people with all the new artists and coming into the area that there were artists here before there were artists here. And so the name of the show is Homegrown. And it's all artists that were born and raised in North Adam.
Well, we're all out of time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Bye, folks.